Shalom, giving all praise to Yahweh Shemel Shai Bashum Kakwadash Shalom to the 144,000 in the hopeful elect out there, the rest of the elect out there. Shalom to you all. Anyway, this is going to be sort of a response to Ask Dr. Brown is a blatant deceiver. Or maybe he just doesn't know. Maybe he's just a lost soul that was put up by GMS Vegas Sit Down 144K, which is elder head of Las Vegas, GMS Las Vegas. Like I said, Karatazar is his name. And I'm gonna just say this. This is one individual that is constantly putting up videos. So I subscribe to him. So I'm constantly getting new videos from this individual. Sometimes 2 a day, sometimes 3 a day. But he's consistent in what he's doing. And I can mention a number of other brothers. See, if I know your name, that means you out there, you doing stuff. All right. But it seems like a lot of y'all, they dragging your feet. That's why you got to get up out of here. Like what was that? Mr. Waters said, you're gonna get up out of here. I don't get my rent by Friday, you're gonna get up out of here. Anyway, so this is the video. Ask Dr. Brown is a blatant deceiver. Maybe he just doesn't know. Okay, so Dr. Fortson, Dante Fortson, Dr. Brown, Black Jews, and Hebrew Israelites. Now he's going to make a statement. Okay, what does he say? Oh, he says that the Egyptians, better watch this whole video, it's a short video, that the Egyptians were not black. Well, what time period are you talking about? If you're talking about the time after Alexander the Greek and the 4 generals, yes, the leaders of the new Egypt at that time they were Edomites, Europeans, so you can understand Greeks. So that's why you find images of white Egyptians. The original Egyptians were black. They were one of the sons of Noah. I was one of the sons of Ham. All the sons of Ham. Common knowledge is all the sons of Ham are the dark represent the dark nations. Oh, the Africans came out here. You got the land of Ham. So how in the hell is Ham going to have, 4 sons? One of them is a so-called white boy, and the rest of them is black. And so if Ham, the father, Ham is the father of Mizraim, Cush, Put, and Canaan, and they were all black. What color was the father? Ham. He had to be black. If he was black, what color was his father? Noah. He had to be black. What color was his brothers, Japhet and Shem? They had to be of color. So there was no Edomites back there. There were no white people. So this is a weak argument that you have. So he says, he claims that the Egyptians were not black. But now if he says during the time period of the Alexander the Greek and the Ptolemies, then he's correct. But the black Egyptians still lived there, but the leadership were white, so-called white. But then he says something else that's stupid. He says the Moabites, the sons of Moab, are not Hebrews. So I'm gonna let you listen. I think it's right about here, 9 minutes, 8 seconds in. Could be a little further in, but let's listen.
And I'll quote one of the most prominent African-American scholars on blacks in antiquity
I guarantee you that African-American scholar, that you ask him his nationality, he probably say, I'm a Negro. I'm an African-American. I'm a black man. So, come on.
As the ancient Egyptians were not black. But we'll get back to it. But the Moabites were not Hebrews.
Did you hear what this dimwit said? The Moabites are not Hebrews.
I just quote that to give an example that Mr.
He doesn't even know what a Hebrew is. Because it says Abraham the Hebrew, that's when the Hebrew. No, Abraham was known as the Hebrew because he came out of Ibar. His father, Terah, was a Hebrew. His brother, her brothers Haran and Nahor, they were Hebrews. All right, and I'm gonna prove that. Let's listen to a little bit more.
Fortune is not a biblical scholar or a historian. All right, you just have to remember.
Just because you put a label on yourself from a biblical scholar and historian doesn't mean that you have the facts. That's, well, he's a scholar. He's been in this for the last 50 years, and he's the top archaeological biblical professor of Yale University. As a matter of fact, he did lectures in over there in Britain, in UK, at Cambridge, and what's the other one? Oxford. So he's a scholar. So what he says and whatever books he's write goes. No, they're all fucking wrong. Because if they truly knew the truth, they would all say the same thing. The Negroes in this country and people of North Central, South America, including Canada, the indigenous people are Israelites. They know that. If they did that much research, they would know that. So they're all a bunch of frauds, and they're living a lie. And that lie, that building called a lie, is getting ready to crumble. So let's listen to this nut again, this low-level doctor.
Remember that. He can show you 1,000 sources, but 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0 equals 0. The sources have to be.
And you're a zero.
Right, you understood. Ruth was not a Hebrew. The Moabites.
Ruth was a Hebrew. The Moabites are Hebrews.
We're not Hebrews.
Anyway, let's go ahead and prove this real quick by the scriptures. He doesn't know what a Hebrew is. So it says here, let me see. Okay, this is what I wanted. Genesis 14, verse 13. And there came one that had escaped and told Abram the Hebrew. Told Abram the Hebrew. So now let's find out why was he called a Hebrew. And there came out escaped and told Abraham the Hebrew. Let's look up the word Hebrew. So that word, if you know how to read, you read it from right to left, not left to right. The word there is Ibar, Ibarya, Ibayar. The actual root word is Ibar. Now let's listen to it. Let's listen to how he pronounces it.
Strong's H 5680, Ivri, Ivri.
There's no V in the Hebrew. Ivri. Instead of the V, it's a B. And it's not A, it's Ibar. Ibarya, Ibarya. So now let's see what Ibarya means. Ibarya actually means the Yah, the suffix Yah means the word is a ite. In other words, Ivri, I'm saying it the way they say it. Ivriye is a Hebrewite, or Ibarya is a Hebrewite. Let me see. Okay, so so the word means Hebrew, one from beyond, a designation of the patriarchs and the Israelites, a designation of the patriarchs and the Israelites. So where did it come from? The root is Ibar. So let's go to that. Matter of fact, let me see something. So this is the root word. Let you hear it.
Strong's H 5677. Aver. Aver.
This aver. No V in the Hebrew. The word the way you pronounce it is Ibar. Eber, like it says Eber, like right here. Okay. Let me see. I'm sorry, it's not here. But anyway, it says Ibar, Ibar, and you got another root, which I'm not going to go into right now because I don't need to. It says, let me come back over here. I'm sorry. Let me try it this way. I kind of lost my place. Let me try it this way. Come back one more. I just had the scripture, but I lost it. Oh, let me do it this way. Let me do it this way. So if Abraham is a Hebrew or Ibar, that means all of his sons are Ibar, which proves that Esau, Edomites are Ibar, the grandson of Abram or Abraham. Jacob is a Ibar or Hebrew. The sons of Keturah, Ishmael is a Hebrew because it came out of Abraham. But Abraham was known as a Hebrew, so there had to be a Hebrew before Abraham, right? So now let's do this. Lot. So here's Lot. This is the first time Lot is mentioned, which is the nephew of Abram or Abraham, which has to make him a Hebrew, right? It's or Ibar. The word Hebrew goes back to the word Ibar, and I'm gonna show you that. I'm gonna move backwards. The word Hebrew goes back to the word Ibar or Ibarya, which means the same thing. It means past. Now, these are the generations of Terah, which is Terah, that's the father of Abraham, Abram. Terah begat Abram, Nahor, and Haran. And Haran, the brother of Abraham, begat Lot. Who did Lot beget? Who did Lot beget? So if Abram or Abraham's a Hebrew, then Lot had to be a Hebrew because Abram's brother Haran is a Hebrew, and Abram's brother Nahor is a Hebrew. They're all Hebrews. Let's see if that's the case. Well, you know what? No, let me come back. Let me come back. I'm sorry. Let me go to Moab. Let's see where Moab came from. And by the way, Dr. Quaz Brown, Moab is a Hebrew word. It means from his father. Mawa Abba, from father. So let's look up Moab. And the firstborn bare a son and called his name Moab, the same as the father of the Moabites unto this day. So let me do this. Let me come back. This is one of the daughters of Lot. Thus were both the daughters of Lot with child, pregnant by their father. So who came out of one of the sons that came out of Lot was Moab. Then you had another son named Ammon. So Abraham being a Hebrew, Nahor, Haran being a Hebrew, Terah being a Hebrew, Lot, the nephew of Abraham, is a Hebrew. Let me do this. Let me try this. We're finding out that these scholars, they don't really know what the hell they're talking about. There's a thing, and the elder said that confirmation bias, meaning you get together and they'll all agree that this means this. So they'll say, being that the scholars came together and said it, that makes it so. Doesn't make it so. Okay, what am I looking for? Okay, I'm looking for Chronicles, First Chronicles. Okay, I'm focusing on Lot. Now these are their dwelling places throughout their castles and their coasts of the sons of Aaron and of the families of Keturah. For theirs was that's not the name Lot. Okay, I was looking for the genealogy of Lot. So let me go to Moab. Let me try it this way. Moab. I should have put in Moabite. So see what happens here. I mean, I proved my point. Okay, you know what I got to do? I got to go to let me try Moabite. I should have put in Moabites. Okay. First Chronicles 11, verse 46. Eli, the sons of Elam and it, the Moabite. The Moabite. Let's look up let me do it this way. Bear with me for a minute. I'm sorry. Moab, Moabite. Moabites. Let's try it this way. It doesn't. Maybe I overlooked it. Uh, let me go one more time. Let me try it this way. Bear with me for a minute. Bear with me for a minute. I proved my point, but I just want to go a little bit further. I wanted to connect, which I did already, Moab to Lot. But I'm not. I'm surprised it's not in. Okay, let me see. It says of his father or from his father, a son of Lot by his eldest daughter, a nation descended from the son of Lot. And Lot was the nephew of Abram, the beloved nephew of Abram. And if Abram's a Hebrew, then Lot, his nephew, had to be a Hebrew. Anyway, with that, I'm gonna say shalom.